Uh,
Because
wait,
everybody be
say that again.
having that crystal. When you bury that crystal or something like that, your protection, you know what I'm saying, your holy protection is basically
Why
in
don't
that
we
fucking
look up?
crystal.
Why don't we look up what burying a crystal can
Let me
do?
see. I'll
Let's
look
look
that
it
shit
up
up
right
right
now.
now. I'll look that shit
Yeah,
right
because
now.
you know what? But you know what, y'all? I believe, seriously, I buried it right at the beach in Asbury on Belmar. It's a fucking pavilion where they do church under the pavilion, whatever. But it's a big wooden cross on the beach. So she told me to, say a prayer on it, whatever. She said everything that you're going through or whatever would just like slowly but surely fall off you, whatever. Bury it and then bring one home with you. Then she gave me this little candle. She told me to light it at night, and just like meditate or whatever. So I'm
Wow.
like, because I
Yeah,
have really bad.
that's all witchcraft.
Yeah, like what the
That's
fuck did I do?
that's definitely
All
witchcraft,
witchcraft
and
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely some
So I
shit
feel
that
like
Meditating
I
you.
and
feel
all
like
that with crystals,
I gotta
that's
call my
all
pastor
Uh,
like you
tomorrow.
can yeah.
all right, here
I
I
definitely
just
gotta
said
call my
it.
pastor tomorrow.
Hold on, I just said it to
Like,
you.
and,
Burn
and
across
I don't
me.
even wanna. I don't want to throw the crystal in the garbage or do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have it. Like, I don't want to just throw it in the garbage because I don't know if it's something I have to do to reverse that shit. But
I don't
it
even.
do
It's not
like
even.
my
It's
life
not
has
even
got
saying nothing.
horrible.
It's not even really saying nothing about it for real.
Burying a crystal in front of a wooden cross
Alright,
after saying a
bro.
prayer with it. That you have to really, like she said, that you have to stand in front of you have to stand in front of the cross, say your prayer first, and then bury it. I don't. I swear to God, I would take my brother and my sister tomorrow with me to find that shit.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm really not saying that on it. You can
Like,
barely don't
oh
look
my God.
around.
I mean, like, she had me, like, the person I was in a relationship with, and we wasn't even on bad terms, but the person I was in a relationship with, I was so fucking caught up in seeing him and, like, believing in him. Like, she had me send her a picture of the person I was dealing with.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, say that again.
And, like, I said, I was so, like, really deep into him, you know? She had me send her a person. The person that I was dealing with, she had me send her a picture of them. It was like, I'm gonna make sure everything's fine with y'all. And I thought it was weird, so I went to another psychic and they told me to do the same shit, but I still did it. And like, yeah, like our relationship is like fucked right now, like bad.
Let's see. Burying a cross. Witchcraft. Yeah, really not finding nothing on it.
I don't know. I
Mama,
don't see no.
I'm gonna talk to my pastor tomorrow though because yeah,
Yeah,
I need
that's
to know that.
that right there is definitely some stuff you gotta definitely think about, yo, because that's some real deep stuff.
Hmm.
You know what
I,
I'm saying? 'Cause
I don't
that
know.
sound like it sounds like it's part of a ritual or some shit.
Well, definitely, and I definitely believe in voodoo too.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
be,
I know
I,
that stuff
I
for real.
believe in that.
Yeah, hell yeah, I
Again,
believe in that shit too.
but again,
I
that
have a
is also
Jamaican
part.
friend.
That's why I be
I'm an Haitian friend. I
That's
have a
part
that's
Haitian
why I
of.
friend
be
who
like
told
if people
me
like if people sit
hella
there and
stories.
like they look at movies, they be like, oh, it's just a movie and all that. I'm like, yo,
And that shit's
where
real.
you think they get these ideas from, bro?
Hmm.
It don't just come
Mhm.
out of nowhere. Like
No,
they seen it
no.
Mhm.
somewhere. There's an article somewhere in the past years ago before that movie was even thought of that they
Right.
seen or one of somebody else seen, and then it just got carried on.
Yeah. My
Yep.
family, they used to talk about this voodoo lady in the neighborhood. Um,
There's
because when I
always
was a
one
kid,
in the neighborhood. There's always
yeah,
one.
no, there was this lady. I never forget growing up hearing about this lady who used to tell people things to do to like help their relationships. And I never forget, they said that my one of my aunts did it. Well, she's not my biological aunt. She's like a friend of the family. But
Hmm.
anyways, she did it, and literally the nigga like just accepted anything she threw at him. Like she could cheat on him, she could do anything. He would just beg her to stay, and even to this day. And then there was another situation where a lady came up to her and cursed her out, and the lady told her, she said, "You will never use that hand again." And the lady literally has a little arm. Now I don't know if they were just telling us like stories because we was kids, just be like, "Oh, that's why
Uh,
her arm like that," because the voodoo lady. But
but pay like this though,
shit, I
that
know
voodoo
that
shit
shit
too.
was
That voodoo
I
shit
say
mm-hmm.
it's
too.
always one. I say it's always one because it was this lady that in our neighborhood, like the neighborhood we used to live in. Um, we used to always hear her at night doing some type of chant in her room. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Trying
would
like
scare
that,
the hell
yo.
out of me.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
real
she
with
had her
y'all,
window
man.
open and everything. Like,
Y'all gotta start believing, man, because all that shit is real, yo. But that voodoo,
yeah, it
that
is.
that witchcraft shit, yo, that is definitely some shit with Satan, yo. And
No, I
that's
believe. I do.
that's
I really do. Like I believe.
His
I trust
job,
and
y'all
everything.
got
But
remember, his job is to trick you up, have you go crazy,
well, he
hmm
definitely
But
tricked me
trick
because
you
I used
up,
to always
mind
say like
control,
I used to
faith,
always
all
say
that. That's his job.
I
He
used
don't
to
want you to
always
put your
think
faith.
that they motherfuckers used to listen. I used to be like, if that's something, I used to be like, I used to try to go back and forth with my mom about it, and I'd be like, Mom, well, I think God gave him that gift because they tell me what I need to know. Like like I used to just always come up with excuses, but like now, like I told you, it's been months since I went. It's been months, but that shit, like I'm gonna have to really call
listen. You know
my
one
pastor tomorrow.
one of the worst things that people like don't realize is angels can manifest themselves into like regular people, but so can demons. That's why when you be seeing like people kill kids or shit like that, a lot of the times
yeah,
they're possessed. There's a special demon for that crime. Somebody to
Right.
rape the person to rape somebody. There's a fucking demon for that person to kill somebody. There was a video where this girl she was possessed, yo, and she was still possessed, yo, and they were talking to her. I think it was like a pastor or someone talking to her, yo, and he was just like, "What happened, yo?" And she was like, "She wasn't supposed to go. She wasn't supposed to go." Like she was so angry, yo. And then he was like, "Who was supposed to go?" He was like, "The girl that we were supposed to get. If she would only just made that one turn." And he was like, "Made that one turn where? She wasn't supposed to turn the other way. She went into that church. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get beat when I get back down there." He was like, beat by who? He was like, by Satan. I'm gonna get beat. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get tortured. I'm gonna be bad and shit like that, yo. So I was like, oh shit, yo, like this chick like was like not no chick, yo. She was really a demon. And they were saying that that demon was upset because he didn't get that person sold for Satan because that person walked into to church and ended up getting baptized instead of you know what I'm saying
Wow.
instead of that person end up dying and getting Satan and going to Satan. That person ended up going to church, get baptized, and the person that was possessed, the demon was upset because now he got to go back to hell and is going to get beaten by Satan.
Right.
I
He
was
failed
like,
his mission.
exactly. That's exactly what they said, yo. And I was like, whoa,
Y'all ever watch the show Supernatural?
yeah,
No,
nah,
I seen commercials.
yeah, I seen commercials too.
y'all seen that show.
Okay. Yeah.
What
But
They
about
just
it,
put
yeah,
a
G?
lot of they just put a lot of info in that. Like it's like the angels versus the demons, and they be going to Earth. They both be going to Earth, angels and the demons, and it be like a spiritual war going on for real on Earth. Like that's
mm-hmm.
pretty much what that show about. And then you got the ones in the middle, like they play the hunters. Like they actually hunt like some of the demons, like a Constantine or whatever. But like they just they regular people, they regular humans. Like but they be given like spiritual weapons and all that to get rid of them. I mean, that's just all to make the show good. That's not the point. The point is that they really be coming on Earth, but on both sides, and
Yeah,
it's like a spiritual battleground for real.
yeah. Like
That's
I
Yeah.
why all that
said,
stuff is real, yo.
we in a
All them
spiritual
people
war.
worshiping Satan and all that,
We in a spiritual war
they
that we
just their
can't
mind is gone. They so
we can't see. We're in a spiritual war that we can't see.
Yeah. And that's the
And
scary part about it.
some people ain't even people.
Exactly.
That's what,
Like
Let me
yeah.
tell you this.
you
Let me
ever
tell you
talk to
this,
a person that's like, how are you even a human?
dude. Let me tell
word.
you this. Let me tell you this, bro. One time,
Yes. Honey, yes. I know.
me and my youngest child mom we
Absolutely.
was at Krispy Kreme's, right? And I ordered my stuff at Krispy Kreme's, and then he told me I had to wait. So I said, all right, I'll wait. So as I'm waiting, I see this guy sitting down, yeah, and I see him get up. He asked somebody for some change, but he was looking sad. I mean, he was looking real sad. So I asked, I said, hey, sir, come here. I said, hey, man, like, what's going on? He said, yeah, I'm just asking for a change to get on the bus. You know, I'm not trying to, like, get nobody business, not like that. Needs to change on the bus. So I ended up giving him, like, I think I gave him way more than what it cost to get on the bus. And he was like, oh my gosh, thank you, yo. Then you don't know how long I've been out here trying to get on the bus. Like, I'm just trying to get home. That's what he just said. I'm just trying to get home. I said, no problem, no problem. So the lady came out with donuts, and she gave me extra donuts for waiting. And I was like, hey man, come here. I was like, here man, you can have these ones. And she gave us more. And he was like, thank you. So I left. So as I left, you know what I'm saying? I swear, something talked to me, yo. Basically was like, you just did a good thing. Something said that, like, you just did a good thing. And I never thought nothing about it. Until like I think it was like a couple days later. Alright. I got paid. And I got way more money than what I was supposed to get. Like way more money.
Good deeds.
So, but hold on though.
Hmm.
So I talked to my friend Gerald, because that's the one who's in the Bible, and I told him about it, yo. He said, yo, what could have been was, yo, that dude that you helped, he could have been an angel. He could have been
Yeah.
an angel. He was like, yo, you could have, you know what I'm saying, gave him, you know what I'm saying, with everybody else. You said everybody else was dogging him, right? I said, yeah. He said, yo, you gave him money, whatever, to him to go home. You don't know where he lived at, so you don't even know if he was talking about his real home. And he probably looked up and was like, God bless this dude. Like, he just helped me when nobody else could. And that's what happened. And I was like, yo, I didn't even think about it like that.
I
I'm
Yo,
like,
believe
and
that.
yeah.
not only that, it's like you put good out into the universe, you good out into the world, you receive good back.
Well, you always got to
Hmm.
realize, yo, at the end of,
But you gotta be genuine with it. You can't just be like, oh, yo, let me go help somebody out real quick so I can get something in
in
return.
return, yeah,
Nah, it's not. It don't work like that. Like it
Yeah.
yeah.
gotta be genuinely like in your soul that like helps that person,
Right.
You know what
or
scares
you know
me
what I
though.
mean.
And I don't really, I rarely get scared of things, but the shit that scares me the most is revelations in the Bible. Is me. I don't want to be here when that happens, cause,
Hmm.
cause
Me
Yeah.
that,
either.
cause that
Me
No.
either.
sounds like, cause that sounds like it's going to be. Oh my gosh.
Sad.
Oh
And
Hell
my
sad as
on
god.
fuck.
earth.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, you get to see, you know what I'm saying, your father and everything, but I don't want to see him like fighting demons
Yo,
and,
you
and
know
all
what's
that stuff.
crazy? You know what's crazy? Cause I was looking into all that too. Yo, like with these cause you know the industry and the movies, they all controlled by you know who. You know what I'm saying? Them evil people. Yo, you ever peep? Yo, they always try to make these alien invasion movies,
Yeah.
like Independence Day,
Mm-hmm.
um, like all them Johns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yo, you know what's crazy is they do that, and
Period.
yeah, it's crazy because they do that, but really, they say the aliens that's really coming down
That's,
is Jesus and his angels,
yeah, yeah, yo.
and that's where
I
that's
just
where
hope
they
that
really
I
got
just
that
hope
from.
me and my kids didn't get separated. That's
But
it.
you know,
Nah,
it's
that
crazy
ain't gonna
though.
happen.
It's crazy because like it's crazy because like when you really think about it, even here on Earth, like who's the real devils? It's the white motherfuckers, yo. You know what I
Not
mean?
all of them.
Because it's the white motherfuckers. I'm just gonna say it like that. It's the white motherfuckers.
Not all of them.
I'm just gonna say it like that. It's the white
I have
Nah,
white
motherfuckers.
family.
not all.
I have
Yeah,
Okay.
one
not
white
all.
family.
Hold on. Now,
Oh,
hold on. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you trickle down, go all the way back to the history, go all the way back. People saying, "Oh, not all of them," but I guarantee their ancestors. Their ancestors, I guarantee, 9 times out of 10, they were racist and they were with everything that a mob was with about killing black people, about raping the Indians and all that shit. I guarantee it. So you can't say
But
not
what
all
their
white people.
ancestors got to do with us?
What do you mean? They don't want to
yeah,
start
but
shit.
you
They
got
started shit.
generations that
You know what I'm saying? Think about it, because they the ones
you
that
can't
started.
control.
Hold on, though. Hold on, Jules. Because think about it. They the ones that fucking crucified Jesus. Period. They started
So you
everything.
saying all white people? So you saying all white people is evil?
I'm not gonna say.
I don't I
I'm not
don't
gonna say.
believe all white
I'm
people are
say.
evil.
I'm
I
saying
don't
white
agree with
people.
that.
I'm saying white people. I'm not saying all. I just said white people. Okay, because they the ones out here starting the war. They the ones out here trying to be their own gods.
I do believe white people, not all, but a lot of them are
Yes, a lot of them.
inherently evil.
Yes.
Inherently evil. It's just a part of
Culture.
their make. Yeah, it's just a part of who they are. And
He
black
said their
people, I feel
culture.
like
He said their
I feel
culture.
like black people are inherently
Survivors.
forgiving.
But then you
I feel
got,
like
but then you got black people. Then you got, some black people who thinks that they're white that does not like black people.
yeah,
What do you guys say
We
yep.
about
call them
that?
coons. We call them coons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I said
That's
you
the
got a lot of
coons.
white, you got a lot of white people too that go to bat
And
and we
Yeah.
stand
I'll be the first to
with
say,
black
like
people.
me and Jay, we work together. We work at Comcast, like we field technicians.
Hmm.
I lie you not, Jay. I will attest to this, bro. I don't know if you experienced it yet, but every time, like we be in rich neighborhoods sometimes. Like I go to the white rich neighborhood, and they be mad cool. They be
Yeah.
mad cool.
Yeah.
They offer you stuff. They like, yo, you want this? Like I got a whole meal, fresh meal one time at a customer crib. Like it was takeout. Like trust me, I don't trust everybody cooking. But but they offer you stuff. They give you like tips and money, like gift cards and stuff.
But see, but
But
hold
you
on though.
gotta
But
think
hold
I
on. But
about
lie to
it.
hold
you
on. But
not.
hold
I
Do
on
lie to
they
you
though.
look
not.
at
But hold
you
on though,
like
G.
you're do they look at you
Oh,
like you're
hold
a
on.
charity?
Hold on.
Exactly.
But yeah, that could be true. That could be true. Yes. But
But not only that, G.
I go to oh listen, I go
Let them
to a
finish.
wealthy black family home. Wealth that like rich some rich black folks. Yo, they are the most disrespectful, evil people.
Now,
Exactly.
I
now hold on.
cannot
Now
stand
hold
them,
on.
yo.
Now
I
hold on. Now
cannot
hold on.
stand
Now
them.
hold on. Now hold on. Now,
Let
why do
them
you think that?
finish.
Now, why do you think that? No, that's some question. Now, why do you think that they like that?
They rude as hell.
Yeah, because dog, like here's the you just posted something about gatekeepers. Dog,
Hmm.
they don't want to help you.
Nope.
They don't want to like it's just something wrong with them. Like I don't
Okay.
know what it is, dog, but like they rude. Like you come in the crib, they gonna be like, "Well, I hope you got some booties on your Timbs and all that or your
Now,
boots and all that. Get my carpet there." I'd be like, "Yo, man,
They
like
act like you got some type of
chill."
disease.
You know what I'm
all
saying?
right.
Like
Now let's take it a step further. All right. Now, don't y'all think that's the reason why God put us where we at?
She don't got her number.
You know what I
What
mean?
you mean?
Like that's why God put a whole like that's why we're down basically at the bottom and not at the top. All everybody's not like rich and all that stuff like that. Because in heaven, the ones that actually make it to heaven, that's who's gonna be rich. Because
Rich
he
and
knows.
spiritually rich.
No, we're gonna be rich. Period. We're gonna have mansions and everything. But he knows that when motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, get that type of money and stuff like that, they start changing. They start turning their back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
That's
people
what.
forget where they came from. That's a lot. That happens a lot. That happens with people. That's. I mean, like if you really, look at drug dealers and stuff. They started from the bottom. But then they got all this fucking money. They don't give back to their community, the same
Yeah,
community
but
they're selling, and
yeah, but
they don't give back.
yeah, but the
They
drug dealer is a
forget.
bad analogy to use, yo, because you selling drugs, yo, you already doing the devil's work. You're killing your
Nah,
people.
I'm saying, like, let's just say people get
No, he's
money and
just talking
forget
about
where
people.
they
Yeah,
came
people
He's
getting
from.
just
money
talking
and
about
don't
getting people
don't
getting money.
use it for
Period.
good.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
getting money.
they get money and get.
But
Yeah.
even rich people too. Like even people that black people that became rich, all doing all like legit work. You know what I'm saying?
But
Half the
hold
time
on,
they
but
don't
just
get back, or they only give back because they getting something. They know they getting something like a tax write
Right.
off or some
but
dumb shit
even but
like that.
even but even these white
Right. Right.
folks though,
Right.
like you just said, oh these white folks gave me this, that, and the third. Okay, but we just got finished talking about the music industry earlier, yo. These white folks is giving all these young black people, you know what I'm saying, the money, the cars, and stuff like that, but they got to give up something else though in return.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
these white
definitely.
folks will
But
give
I ain't
you.
just talking about
Uh,
like it's just anything. Like
I'm just saying
you
though.
having a successful business, like legit, like a legit successful business. You know what I'm saying? That black,
Yeah.
like sometimes that black family ain't trying to do nothing for their community. You know what I mean? They just out for themselves. They like, oh, well, I work hard for this. Well, I'm gonna do that for them, not knowing that God don't want you to be like that. So that's why you see some of them business folding.
Hmm.
Yeah. True.
They be
Yeah.
owing a lot of debt and stuff
True.
because give it back, yo. I
But they
don't like that
also,
stuff.
you know what I'm saying, not to take on nobody's sides though, too though, but a lot of times though, them black folks, so it be your own people that like fuck your shit up too though. They be the ones that break into your fucking establishment,
Oh yeah,
rob
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know
We
what I'm
just seen
saying?
that. We just seen that during the riots out here in Wilmington. I don't know where y'all
Exactly.
live at. Do y'all have riots? Did y'all
Shit.
have riots going on?
No,
When
not
Nah.
the
here.
John when they killed the what happened, Jay? When the boy
Floyd,
got killed?
George Floyd.
We
Yeah,
had
yeah, George Floyd. Yeah.
protests. I mean, they supposedly rioted in Atlantic City, but I didn't live
Nah,
out here when I was. Well,
nah,
actually, I
they
did, but
rioted.
I
They
was in
rioted.
New
They
Orleans.
We lived where they was rioting
Yeah,
at.
I
But
live
I
like I
I
seen
say,
protested.
it. I drove
yeah, it
through
was
it.
I
protests going on.
protested.
That's how it started out. That's how it was
Yeah,
a
it
lot of
started out as
protests
a
going on
protest, and then
right
around
there.
like
But
6 o'clock,
Wilmington,
6 o'clock they started rioting. Yo, like the cops just
yeah,
let motherfuckers just
Wilmington, we
riot.
was working that day too. Like Wilmington, they was rioting like crazy, and like
They
black
wanted
people,
you
like
to
the black
riot.
owned stores, the black people, they had the right that it was a black owned store, so they
Yeah,
didn't break
Yeah,
into it and stuff.
but
We
the
had
thing
marches,
is,
so we didn't have no riots though.
the
They
thing
Yeah,
don't
it's
seem
is,
to
going
be
crazy out here. They had the
how
riot,
stupid out here.
yo,
the cops with the
yo,
riot gear and everything.
yeah. The thing is, they on both sides of the playing field. They win regardless.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
wanted us to riot. COVID fucked up businesses like crazy. They
Hmm.
wanted us to riot because you know what? A lot of those businesses that y'all destroyed
Insurance,
did. They fucking got insurance and they didn't
insurance.
have to close down their business that they was
Nope.
losing money. They got all that money back that they wouldn't even have made because they was already losing business because everybody was in the house.
Yep.
They be winning regardless. That shit crazy, yo.
What I'm saying though,
That's
Women,
Yep.
I
but
they
hold
always
on.
say,
literally. You know what they were doing? They were literally having garbage trucks or whatever the type of truck, the terminology is for the type of truck it is, bringing bricks and just laying random brick
yeah, I
piles
heard about that. I heard
around the
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
protests
yeah. I
to
seen
give
that in
people things to
Minnesota.
throw
Yeah, I seen that in Minnesota, yo, because motherfuckers exposed
to
their
help
ass
with the
there.
market,
Yep.
to help with the fucking market.
But
I
see, but
always
that's the thing though. Do you think that
say
came
this.
from a black people, or do you think that came from white people?
Yeah, nah, hell nah. Look,
Oh, we
it's just
know,
like
we
I always
know
say this.
where
I
it came
always
from.
say this. It's just like how they crack in the hoods. They the ones that started like government. They the ones that put all the drugs and guns and you know what I'm saying in the
Hmm.
neighborhoods and the black communities and all that. And it's crazy. It's true because they win. They win regardless, yo. So they get us to sell the drugs. us
Yep.
to carry out the illegal guns. Then if you
Mhm.
get caught with it, guess what? They ain't got no ties with you. You going to jail. They winning again because they getting paid again because they
Yeah.
just put you in jail because they get a percentage because they keep the prisons
Hmm.
full. They winning. They
Right.
just keep winning over and over and over again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you this though, dog.
That's
Y'all really
why.
listen. No matter what we do, you know what I'm saying, we can rise, we can, you know what I'm saying, have a whole city, a whole state to ourselves here. The motherfuckers not gonna like it, and they're gonna try to do something to destroy it, cause
They
they
shut
don't
it
want to
down.
see.
Yeah, they shut it
They,
down.
not
Yeah.
just shut it down. Yo, think about it. Remember they bombed, you know what I'm saying, Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Black folks had their own shit, yo. They bombed it, yo. You know what I'm saying? We had
Now.
Black Panther Party. They broke it up. We had Malcolm and Martin. They shot him. They killed him. You know what I mean? Every time they said it themselves. We would not have a Black Messiah unless we create one.
Yeah. Yo,
That
I
came
just
out.
seen that. I
That
just seen
came
that.
out of the fucking president of the United States' mouth at the
Yeah,
time.
I just seen that where they was talking about that. They was like, yo, they was like even the leader was like, yo, we can't have a black messiah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It
and they
said
was like
we
Martin
were
Luther King. He's the dangerous man walking right
man.
now. You know?
Exactly. Why do you think they created Obama for people, black people? That's where
Yeah,
that
that was
hope
a
Because
came
whole
from.
setup.
they knew the after effect of Obama. That's why they knew that after Obama
Well, they knew the after
was
effect
going
of
to be
Bush.
open the door for Trump.
Yeah,
Yep.
that and they knew the after effect of Bush because they knew how much
Yo,
fucked up Bush did, and they was like, well, shit, we might as well get a black person to, you know what I'm saying, to take the blame for Bush's mistakes and have to, you know what I'm saying, clean up for his mistakes because he fucked up a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and then think about this, right?
good.
Think about this, right? So they had Bush fuck up the White House. They had Obama take the fall for it. Then they had Trump come, right? The racist guy bringing up racism and all this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making white people look bad as fuck. Now they got Biden in there, who's basically going to shit on every president that came before him. Like, meaning, like, be like the holy grail because he got the black people
Right.
loving him because he got rid of Trump.
Hmm.
He got the white people loving him for because he's not that
But
bad
then they
looking
got
or whatever.
Harris,
Yeah.
vice president.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But,
true.
they got him going for the gay people and giving the gay people rights that they knew they wasn't going to let Obama do none of that shit regardless because Obama
Right.
couldn't do shit regardless. But now
No,
they're gonna
because
let Biden do it to show like, yeah, y'all love Obama, but look, he better than Obama
Biden.
and Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know the
It's all
narratives,
a
like they
game.
pushing the narrative.
It's all a
Yeah,
game.
All
yeah.
this
Yeah,
shit.
it's
That's
all a
why
game.
y'all think.
And
Why y'all think? Let me ask you this, show. This motherfucking Trump incited a riot where niggas got killed. All right, niggas got killed at the Capitol Hill. Yo, this nigga was basically found not guilty. He was found
hmm
not. He was basically
Uh,
found not at fault. Yo. Now please tell me, how was a nigga that got on the TV and told motherfuckers to do that found not guilty? But if a motherfucker, if I break into a motherfucking house this time at night, okay, I'm fucking going to jail for 20 fucking years. And I don't even gotta kill nobody.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That shit is. The system is all fucked up. Hmm.
it's
Those
hey,
motherfuckers ran up in the fucking Capitol Federal building, put their fucking feet on desks, took shit, you know what I'm saying, did all this, that, and the third. But my fucking people who marched, you know what I'm saying, for Black Lives Matter, just to tell you motherfuckers that our lives matter, couldn't come fucking 2 blocks away from that fucking same building when y'all had the fucking riot gears out, you know what I'm saying, all that shit out ready for us, like we was ready to go to war. We was trying to do a peaceful protest. But
that's
these
why, like,
motherfuckers came for war and they didn't do nothing.
yeah. That's why I just can't. I just can't. It's like I know way too much shit to like
yeah.
really like fuck with those kind like that.
I
You know what I
stay away
mean?
from all
Like,
that, yo. Yeah.
yeah, it's just too much shit I know.
I don't live for the hype. I don't go near the hype. That's why I don't
Yeah.
care about living in no major city. Nah,
Exactly.
yeah, they can have that, yo.
Exactly,
That
Yeah.
man.
shit
Like,
is.
but at the end of
And
the
they
day,
got
yo.
freaking what they got? They called what is it called? Disaster actors.
Oh,
You
you
ever
talking
heard
about
about that?
yeah, you talking about the actors who every time that something happened, that just be the same actors crying and shit, or be at that same place.
They have
like the
literally
Yeah,
actors for
like
disasters who
the,
hype it
that
up.
one
The John
that
that happened in Orlando
Florida.
with the gay
Yep,
club.
yep. Florida, the
Yeah, they was
Sandy
all acting,
Hooks.
yo, all acting.
It was
The
like
girl didn't even
Florida,
shed a
Sandy
tear.
They
She was talking
Hooks.
about my son's missing, and then the boy that was like narrating the whole thing because he was like, he's one of those dudes on YouTube that be uh, like pointing out the Illuminati stuff. He was like,
Hmm.
yo, look at her, yo, she not even shedding no tear or nothing. She was like, yo, my son is going. She was like, yo, look, she trying to cry, but she's not crying. And then
No,
she was like, yo, why is you on here if your son's missing after that shooting? Why are you even showing your face right now? Like, shouldn't
bro.
you be looking for him
They
or
showed a female,
like?
a
yeah.
girl. They showed a young girl at four different fucking places of shootings that happened. All right, different
I
fucking
still don't even think that
states.
shooting was real, bro. I think all them people. It was probably some real
No,
casualties, but I think they hyped it up. The majority of them, yo, I think they living out of country somewhere, like with paid accounts.
Yep.
this nigga
They
said
got
paid
enough to
account.
live off of. Like, they trying to push the gun law because they don't want us to have guns.
Number one,
Right.
yo, I want to know this show, and I don't know
Martial law.
this shit is fucking like dear to me, yo, and it pisses me off, yo. How my people get killed by this fucking cops, but a white motherfucking go in a black church, kill 8 fucking people, and they take this nigga to Burger King.
Right.
That shit pissed me
Wait,
off.
say
Yeah,
that again?
Black motherfuckers get killed for basically nothing. Selling cigarettes, selling CDs, doing nothing. Okay? George Floyd got killed for doing nothing, but this motherfucking white dude go up in a black church and kill 8 people in the church, and the cops took this nigga to Burger King.
Wow. I never heard that.
and they do all
Yeah,
that
Yeah, I
because they
heard of
know it's
that.
going to upset us, yo. They broadcast
yeah,
all that because they know it's up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They know we
They know they're
watching.
gonna
You
react
feel
to
me?
it. They know
That's
they're
what
gonna
I
react to
Yeah,
said.
it.
they know
Yeah.
we watching.
That's
It's
why I
They're
all a
said.
setup,
Oh
profiting.
yo.
no,
That's
It's
why I
all a
They're
told
setup.
you. G.
profiting off of our protests. They're
That's why I
profiting off
told
of
you,
it.
Our
Sheen.
emotions, yeah.
I told you, Sheen. That's why you should have seen it. Watch that movie, American Skin, yo. Because that shit right there tells you how it is.
oh, I never watched that, and I wanted to see that too.
Yo, watch that
Yeah, I ain't
They
movie.
said
watched it either.
they said it was bad. That's why I didn't want to watch it. They
No,
said it's really gonna
no,
piss you off.
no, 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 no. That movie is good as fuck, and
Nah,
it's
see, he's saying good. He's saying good, but we're not talking about the. You getting a different perception of
no.
by
Listen,
what we
listen,
mean
listen.
by that.
That movie.
We
Listen,
mean like it's going to piss us off
Traumatic.
if we
listen. No,
watch it.
hold
You
on,
feel
hold
me?
on. It's gonna piss you off at the end, but that's what the movie's supposed to do. That's what makes a great movie a great movie if you get emotionally involved in that movie, and that movie gets you emotionally involved in from the beginning to the end. That's why I love that movie so fucking much, yo. You know what I mean? Because it
But
makes
you
you
know, there's
feel
some
like
people that
I don't
ain't
even
strong.
like
That ain't
watching
strong. But
stuff
you
like
still,
that.
it
yeah,
makes
exactly.
you
But you know,
it
some people
makes you
not strong
feel
like
like
that. Some people not
it's not
strong
it's
to keep their emotions like
it's
intact.
not
Yeah.
it's
So like
it's
they put movies out like that to piss you off, and
but
then
it's
now
not
what?
nothing to
Yeah.
piss
Now
you
you can
off.
Then
It's
you
go
not
go
out and
into
be
a
like,
store
yo,
and kill
yeah, like
somebody.
no,
exactly,
it's
yeah.
not nothing. It's not nothing that you haven't seen or you haven't, you know what I'm saying, heard. You know what I mean? It's basically like I said. I'm not going to spoil the movie, nothing like that, yo.
But I
But
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's some enlightenment in the movie.
not just in the
We
movie.
know that.
The whole movie basically has a purpose. Like people keep saying,
Yeah,
"Oh, it's
we
gonna
know
piss you
that.
off. It's gonna piss you off. It's gonna piss you off." Dog, if it pisses you off, it's because you just tired of, you know what I'm saying, the 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 cops killing innocents. That's it. That's the reason why it's gonna piss you off, and everything that comes after that. That's why it piss you off. Yo, like we see this shit every day on TV, and we see this shit just like what a couple weeks ago when the dude James Blake got shot in the back 7 times, and they said they're not even going to indict the cop who shot him. They didn't see nothing wrong. The
Yo, I
nigga got
always,
shot in the
yo, I
back.
call
Because
everything that's going down on now the Purge. It's like the Purge movie. Yo, y'all ever see the first Purge?
I've
Yeah.
never
No,
Shit.
watched a full
I never.
Not the
I
first
love
Purge
Me
them
that
neither.
came
movies.
out. Not the first Purge that
Me
came out, but
neither.
it
I
was
never
actually
said that.
called the first Purge.
No, I never seen that.
it's the latest one that came out. It's called the first. It was like when the movie's about when they started the very first purge.
And
And
what
yo,
happened?
and guess like that joint is crazy. Like it's like yo, they had a whole the government had a whole. It was like yo, gonna go to a poor neighborhood, a poor community, and guess where the community was at?
Hmm.
A dominant black community. They
Hmm.
was like yo, they was finding people to participate in the purge experience just on that island. I think it was in like Brooklyn or somewhere. And they was like, yo, they had that joint on lockdown. Like you couldn't even go in that project neighborhood unless you was a participant for that day when the purge started. So this is a whole experiment. Now, mind you, they getting people to sign up. They're like, oh yeah, yo, I want to kill, I want to do this and that. So it's like, all right, they get these people, and the purge start, right? You know, the little alarm going off. So they got everybody wearing these camera lenses in their eyes, like they recording everything, they broadcasting everything. This is a whole black neighborhood. So what happened was they was like, yo, they knew it wasn't going to get enough views because only a few people was probably going to start killing each other. So this is what they had planned. They had this already set up. They sending in fire squads to take that whole neighborhood out. Like I'm talking about the white government taking like going to
Killing black
building
people.
by building, building by building. They got machine guns, everything. Then, like, I mean, the movie's good. You know what I mean? Because the drug dealer, he ended up, like, doing his thing because he had guns and all that. Like, black dude, you know. But the idea of the movie is just like, yo,
Yeah.
like, they really had that set up thinking, oh, we just going to kill each other. Nah, they had a plan to take that whole neighborhood out so they can like get the views so they can start the whole purge to be in the rest of the world. I mean the rest of the US. But
Wow.
they had to start it out in the black community, you know what I mean?
Again,
I'm like, yo, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
again,
that's
justification.
That's why I
That's what they
said
do.
this whole joint is like the purge, yo. Like
Why?
that
Why do
joint
you
was
think?
like
Why you think they call the projects in black neighborhoods? Like, think about it. They call the ghetto
well. Who
bunch
started
of,
it?
huh?
Who started calling it the projects? Did black people start calling it the projects, or did white people start calling it the projects?
$1 million question. Did they call it the projects because they thought it was an experiment to see how it would
Right.
do? You know what I'm saying? Or the black people call it, I think it had to be like, what would be the projects? Like, why would black folks just call it the projects?
I don't know. Shit, black people come up with the most craziest slangs nowadays, and you just be like, well, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, but you
Where did
think
that
that
even
shit?
come from?
Do you think that shit was gonna like trend worldwide? You know what I mean? Without no computer, nothing like that. Cause think about it, the projects was everywhere. It wasn't just like in one city or one state, yo. The projects was called the projects everywhere
Right,
in the black
right.
neighborhoods. You know what I mean?
But now listen to this shit though. I watched this documentary many years ago. I don't even know the name of the shit. But the guy was talking about, systematic racism, and he was saying how in 2006, I believe it was 2006, this area, it was like this project, a million people died, a million black people specifically, or should I say minorities, died just because of the toxicity levels of where the projects were built, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Meaning that where these structures were, like, they put the white people's houses on the nice land, they built the projects on toxic land where the chemical levels, the toxicity of the actual land that was built on was so high that it would literally kill the people, and that those millions of people would have lived had they just lived in a better neighborhood, and how that shit didn't make the news.
Well, think about this.
I can see that still happening now.
Well, it is still happening now.
Absolutely.
Think about it. Think about it with Flint water.
Yeah. Fuck Flint Water, Seaview Manor, Long Branch, New Jersey.
Hmm.
Man,
Talk
I
happy.
grew up out there. Motherfuckers got
Me
cancer
too.
because that swamp was nasty as hell,
Hold
stinky and
on, I
bad as
go
See,
hell.
and
further.
Motherfuckers
Hold on,
Seaview,
actually got
I go
Seaview,
further than
Seaview
that.
sex
is the
guns.
worst.
I go further than
See, no,
that,
no,
yo.
no, no.
Paulsboro, New
Seaview is
Jersey.
the worst.
Paulsboro, New
Where?
Jersey.
Hmm.
Paulsboro. They fucked up the water
Never heard of
because fucking they kept having fucking chemical spills and it would fuck up the water. Like
No,
it
like
would
they
fuck
had to
up.
redo like damn near the whole Long Branch because Long Branch was horrible. Like
Yeah.
all the projects, like they redid them. Like even in Asbury, they're starting to knock down all the old buildings and putting in
Right.
new apartments and stuff. Even though
Yeah.
everything is raised, I feel like they're trying to push the black people out because now we can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we can't afford it.
They're doing that right now in Virginia. They're doing that right now in Virginia. All the projects, they're tearing all of it down, including like the places where I fucking grew up at. They tearing all them down and they're moving all the black folks back in bad neighborhoods and shit like that, yo. When they about to change that shit and make it for white folks, middle class, they said. But they moved all the black
Wow.
folks out.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing now in Asbury. Like literally right now, they're doing that. I mean,
Yep.
like in Long Branch, they gave a lot of people housing. They gave a lot of people
Yeah.
housing, but Asbury, they're not doing that. They're literally giving them 30-day notice. Like we're knocking these buildings down. Like y'all gotta go.
Right.
Like it's fucked up.
Shit. 30 days. That is not enough time.
Yeah, they gave them a set amount of time. The people that used to live in the old Boston way, they gave them
Yeah.
a certain amount of time. Y'all have to go. Like some of them people moved to the other housing apartments that was around there, but some I don't know where the hell they went. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
But
ask y'all a question. Why do y'all think we tolerate the United States? Because I remember growing up
Because
in.
we're inherently afraid of white people.
No, no, no. What I'm
yeah,
saying though,
yeah.
I remember growing up, yo, they used to say, "Oh, we're the best country, the strongest country, the richest country, and the freedom of this and freedom of that, yo." But as I got older, I started to
You
realize that that was a
realize
bunch of bullshit.
that
You
shit
know
don't
what I'm
apply to
saying?
you.
Yeah.
I
That
started
shit apply to white
realizing
people.
that exactly. Not only, and you go to other countries, motherfucker, they got freedom too. They
Yeah,
fucking rich
hell
over
yeah.
there too.
COVID showed
So,
that. COVID showed that we ain't shit. Fucking
That's
so
not.
Canada paid their residents all that damn money, shut down the whole fucking place, and got COVID up out of there, and we
There,
still over
there
here
is,
sick as hell.
there is. Hold on, Jay. There is one country though that I know for a fact that don't let you cuss in public.
what?
I forget where it was at, but they they give out fines and everything if you cuss in public and stuff.
Get
Are
the
you
fuck out of
serious?
here.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh,
50 was talking about it because they tried to get 50 and
find
but
out
nah,
what it
I've been
is so
heard
I
of
can
that
never go.
before even that though. I was like, oh, hold on.
Find
Not
out
like
where it's
in
at so I
public,
can
like not
never go.
outside. Like if you in an establishment, like a
Hmm.
restaurant or like
You're not gonna give
even
me no
a
fine because I
club or
want to
something like
cuss.
that. Let you
Wow,
they let you do that.
that's
Mm-mm.
crazy.
I mean, some people run their
You're not.
countries differently, but the majority it is like it is free. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Absolutely.
allowed to work where you qualified to work at. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
yo. Like, this other rich, like, they made me think, like, Africa was, like, a third world country, yo. Africa's rich as fuck, yo.
absolutely. And that's why they killed Gaddafi, because he knew that, and he was going to actually back the he was actually going to shut down the banking systems and take over, because money, dollars are actually supposed to be backed by currency, and they're not. Africa is the only place in the world where you could actually match your money with currency. Like, you could back that shit, which means he would be able to shut down the central bank systems, and he was actually planning on doing that, and that's why they killed his ass.
Yeah.
It's scary.
And that's why
I
China
feel like
is
the
over
world
there
we
right
live
now.
in.
Yes, that's why China is over there. Because China, they're just so fucking smart. China's over there right now, and they about to do the exact same thing. That's why
We
China
owe
created.
China. We
That's why
owe
China
China.
created. Yeah, but China's going to Africa, because Africa, if you back your money with currency, you can basically take over the world. That's
Didn't China
basically
build
it.
a hospital in like a day when this corona shit happened? They built a hospital like a day.
Yup. Yeah.
I don't know.
They
All I know
built
is
Yeah.
they're
They
they
not
built it
built
playing
a
in
no
2 days.
hospital
games.
in
They
a
built it in
It's
two
a
day,
whole
and
days.
setup, man.
They
they
built
shut
it in
they
2 days.
shit down.
That
They
Mm,
shut that shit
design.
down. Meanwhile, we over here dying, and they over there just good.
yeah.
Like that's shit crazy.
Yep,
Man, listen.
and
Yeah, that
they
joint
they
really.
created this COVID shit with the help of America, but really the people running that shit is fucking China, because they about first of all, we already owe China hella shit.
Yeah, it was
They
Trump.
basically about to.
I
Mhm.
think Trump came into some type of agreement with them
Mhm.
to get us
I
sick.
don't know.
Because
I don't know.
this
I
shit
don't
came
know.
out. This shit came out. It was already like he was already informed about it, but he never took it,
Yeah.
serious. Like this shit been out back. Like wait, when this shit happened? What 2020? So this shit was out 2019,
Yeah.
It
What
and
probably
that
was out
happened
shit
was
before
was
that.
been,
2019.
It was probably out before
huh?
that. Same probably was out before that. They had a whole movie out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't pay attention to movies or like even like like little cartoons and shit. Like they don't pay attention to it. But like this ain't just
Mhm.
nobody's fucking imagination. Like
Right.
Hey, yo, you know what I just
I
thought
look
about?
into it.
They tripping.
Sorry to cut you off. You know what I just thought about? We literally paused this game for an hour and 30 and talk.
Yeah.
Important conversation, man. Important
I
conversation.
don't even listen. I don't even remember where the fuck I was at with level we on or nothing.
I know about fall this game. I'm going down for the 20th time. I know I'm going down. I know I'm going down. No, but this is a good conversation though.
It
It
is.
really is.
This a
We
full.
just have fun. I think
This
we
a
just talked about everything just
We
now.
two
this
episodes
definitely
of a podcast.
exactly this
Right. That's what
definitely
What?
this is a squad cast. This is
Do
squad
you know this?
cast.
This podcast been probably had like fucking 50,000 views or something crazy.
Hey
Like
yo,
this shit would
guess
have been
what?
viral.
Right.
Guess what, yo? I just saved the gameplay,
But
yo. So we definitely going this shit will be on YouTube.
really?
Oh,
How long
what?
you can't even say that joint that long, yeah.
You said what?
It's like 15
How long do it
minutes.
go back? Yeah,
It go
it's
back a whole
15 minutes,
hour.
ain't it?
Nah, go back a whole hour.
Yo, Jay, you got some extra special shit over there. And
This is the PlayStation
she
5.
always doing some
It's the
No,
PlayStation
as
that's
5.
what this a lot of people. But you know what? I feel like if a lot of people was to like listen to this conversation, that shit would probably change their whole thought on life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it'll change your thought on life. Like, oh shit, like you'll start noticing little shit like, oh wow, like
And
where
we
this
don't
bomb
even,
got doing
and
this.
we, well, like, what, 2 out of 3, we don't even really know each other personally. Like, we
Nope.
all met on the game.
Jay, you about to get us
Me and
blackballed
Jay know
before
each
we
other.
even get in the
Me
door.
and Jay know each other, but yo, that's crazy. Like,
Hey,
It's like a
listen.
Jay
connect.
about to
It's a
Jay about to get
connection.
us blackballed before we even get in the door.
Nah,
Yo,
you'll
that's
I'm
find
not
telling
that,
you,
right.
yo.
y'all believe in that? Do y'all actually believe in
We
that
was
though?
on
Because
here
you know
talking
Yeah.
what?
about
Yeah.
Beyonce, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
the
Yo, I
Illuminati.
sw- you know what? It's a good thing that you said that, honey, because
Yeah, Black Ball is real.
um,
Getting
Yeah,
Black
it
Ball is
is.
y'all
real.
remember that y'all remember that? I don't know if y'all ever seen this video, but it was on YouTube. Like I'm gonna take it back to when we was talking about like the government and shit like that. But it was a video that surfaced on YouTube. It was just two guys. what they call them damn boats, a submarine, that what it is,
Mhm.
and when they go
Yeah.
underneath the water
The
and
one
shit.
that's underwater,
Yeah. Submarine.
Yeah. So
the
y'all,
submarine.
I don't know if y'all seen a video. I swear, I put this on my kids. The fucking on a video, that's when they first discovered mermaids.
Yeah, I
When
seen
the
that
fucking
video.
right. So do y'all remember what happened with it? Like the one guy came up missing, the whole video got deleted.
See.
Oh,
Y'all remember that
really?
shit? Yes.
See.
They
They don't
showed
want
that
you to
it was an
look. They
actual, it
don't
was an
want you.
actual mermaid.
Listen. Let me tell you this, show. Rasheem said
If you
earlier.
get close to exposing them.
Listen. Rasheem said earlier about. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you see in movies and shit like that, yo, where did they get it from? It's because all that shit is
Exactly.
real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that
Nobody
shit is
comes
real.
up with that idea like you just unless you
Zombies, the
have a dream,
vampires, the
unless you have a
devils, all
dream.
that shit. All that shit is
But
fucking real, yo. Mermaids, except for the mermaids, ain't no friendly mermaids, yo. They motherfuckers is evil, yo. They're like they'll
yeah,
kill
so
your
Yeah.
yeah,
ass.
yeah, yeah. They could be evil. Yeah, they
You
try to
know
make
what I
them
mean?
There,
friendly in the stories and stuff. You know what I mean?
Like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all two stories. There's the one like my mom used to date this guy. He was in the Air Force, and he actually got they actually released him because he had like a nervous breakdown from the shit he used to see. So he like actually told my mom this one story, like they actually captured like a real live alien, and he went like he had a mental breakdown. Like he couldn't no longer he was no longer useful for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one story. And then I used to work at this job, it's called Harbor Freight. I used to work at this man
Oh
Yeah, I
came
shit.
used to
in.
work there too. I used to work there too.
Harbor Freight. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this man came in and he works on like space shuttles and shit like that. And like he was telling us like I could sit here and I could tell you guys like for days the shit I see, but I don't trust it. Like he said it's too many cell phones, there's too many computers in here. They are watching us. He was like that's how I knew from like that's how I knew that we was just numbers. Like we
Yeah.
that's all we was. Like our
That's
That's
social
what
yeah.
that's
security number, like our
you
social
ever
yeah.
security
see
That's
cards,
what we
like
are.
we're
Yeah.
really we're
you
numbers.
Yo.
you ever
He
see the
was like,
movie?
you gotta watch what you say, like, because they are
You ever
monitoring everything.
they show that you ever see the movie Snowden?
I was about to say
It's
that
called
too.
No.
Snowden.
About Edward
If
Snowden.
you didn't, yo, go watch that
About
joint.
Edward
Like
Snowden, yo.
Snowden is about yeah.
Yeah.
He was a real CIA agent, right?
Mm.
Like a
Espionage.
computer analyst, like smart as a mug, like computer analyst. You know what I'm saying? Computer analyst, programmer, hacker, all that. Yo, in the movie, like this is a real life character. Like yo, he actually was working for the CIA. They was telling this man to do stuff that where he was like, hold on, like what? Do what? Like they was like it was one mission where they was
Listen to
like
people's phones
China
and
was
shit
like
like that.
China was like, yo, nah, I don't they don't want them to do something in China. And he was like the government had us shut down their power anyway. And they literally hacked into the computers and shut some part of China down with the power company, whatever. They hacked into China and shut it down and everything. Then that's just one thing. And then they was talking about cameras, how they was like, yo, all the cameras on your cell phones, computers, laptops can pretty much be used as a camera for voice and I mean for video and audio for the government. Like
Listen.
literally, you could be walking with your camera and your phone. If it's connected to their satellite, they can they can look through your camera on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's connected to their satellite, you know what I'm saying? And all this is in the movie. What happened was he was like, nah, yo, I ain't trying to be a part of this, yo. You know what I'm saying? He had went home. It started affecting his life because he was like he was telling his girl he was
Paranoid.
like, yo, he told like they had the iMac computer. He had the thing covered up. He was like, yo, why'd you take that off the camera? He was like, yo, he was like, hold on, don't even say nothing, don't even say nothing. And then, cause he already knew they was listening, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I lie to you not. When he did, I forgot what he did, but he exposed them. He exposed. You can look it up on the internet now and everything, cause he exposed them on what was going on. And this man moved to what Moscow, Russia, Russia, Cause he had to get out of Dodge, yo. Cause either they was gonna lock him up or they was going to do worse than that.
Kill
So
him.
yeah, so he went to Russia, and the
Yup.
government tried to go get him.
Yeah.
And Russia was like, nah, we ain't giving him up. You know what
Putin
I'm
was like,
saying?
nope,
Nah.
because you know secrets and shit.
Yeah, yeah. So he over there living in Russia right now. Real
Yep.
poor.
That's like
Wow.
Area 47. You guys gotta watch Area 47 on Netflix.
Area 47, I heard of Area 51.
Area 47.
Wait, it's a 47. What is it? Area 47 or 49?
51.
One is one. Of them.
Oh,
It's with the
it's more areas
scientists.
than
Yeah, it's
50.
Area
51 ain't
51. Yeah.
Area 51. That's what
Area
it
50.
is. That's when he exposed the scientists had exposed the government with keeping
Aliens.
aliens and stuff. When I watched that, do you understand? Like that, I was like, yo, like like I had to put that on my Facebook, like y'all gotta go watch that, like and when you watch it, you gotta really pay attention and really believe, like this man ain't lying, like like
Yeah, even
they
on
they
track, yo,
tried
even yeah, go ahead.
they offered him, they offered him so much shit, they threatened him, and he refused, like, he refused to keep his mouth shut because he like
Yeah,
people needs to know what the fuck is going on.
they call them whistleblowers. That's what they
Yep.
call them.
Like he's like that, like he was the designer for the space the spacecrafts and shit. Like he
Some people
built them
can't
shit.
take it. Some people can't take it. Is like that's why you see all these, you seeing these like high level people committing suicide and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because they
He
got these secrets and they can't tell nobody.
when he did the interview, like it shows at the like towards the ending of the documentary, he did the interview, and like it'll pop up like the subtitle at the bottom. He told the camera crew, like, turn your phone off before I say anything. Turn your phone off because I don't want them to find me. Like like he was on point with his stuff. Like like he knew because he worked with them for so long. He knew how they move. So he's like, turn your phone off. He brought him into a big ass field, like in the woods, like where they can't be tracked. Like it was just so much shit. Like he was telling, like, he walked us through, like he'll walk you through the facility, whatever, and he's like, this is
Yeah,
the
I pay
room.
attention to a lot of stuff. Like
This is
I watch a
crazy.
lot of stuff. Like even in Transformers, like the end of the Transformers one movie,
Mm-hmm.
at the ending credits, and it was like when they had the part where it was like interviewing people. This is like literally at the ending credits as the letters and the titles and the credits was going up, like strolling up. But they were showing like little clips or whatever, and they was like interviewing. They was like, so it was like, what do you think about the government like keeping secrets and all that? And then Sam what was it Sam Witwicky? His dad was like, he was like, well, yeah, I don't think the people just they keep secrets because like people not can't take and understand, or they don't want people to find out the truth because they think it's just going to be like a bunch of chaos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was
Right.
like, people ain't gonna be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, so I think because he was agreeing with them, like, as far as like keeping the secrets. But I was like, some people, it is true. But I was like, yo, they just put this stuff in movies. Like, people don't even pick it up. Like, they don't even process it. Like, they just like, oh, it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah,
A
Yeah.
man,
lot of people
that's
don't
on
believe in
facts,
it.
yo. Like, I'm like, come
A
on, we
lot of
can't
people
be the
don't
only
believe
ones
it.
out here.
But you know what? It's really a lot of people that actually believes that we are the only ones here. It's just like there's a lot of people who don't believe in God. It's just you just gotta just turn your eye at them, like yeah, I don't know, like people just it's weird.
He even
That's
say
the,
it in the
that's the
Bible.
only
Like,
one.
you tell them one time, like it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear you. They take the time out to hear it. They just want to go a separate way. That's it. Pray for them and keep it
Keep
moving.
it moving, yup.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, you can't change somebody's mind, man. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah,
they got to make up their own mind, yo. Like you can't force nothing
yeah.
on nobody.
You can't force none of that. Nobody. Yep.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
I
But
never seen, like me personally, never seen it. I never seen an alien. I never seen people. How people be like, "Yo, I swear I seen a UFO." I never see any of that. So like, and I do believe in it. I know that it do exist. So like if I was to see it, I'd probably lose my fucking mind, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Have you
You know
ever
what I'm
seen the
Yeah.
saying?
Have you ever seen the Oh my gosh! Don't tell me I fucked up again. Include your mic's audio, motherfucker. Oh, sorry. Have you ever seen like a ghost or something?
I've seen a ghost
Um, I've
recently.
I seen orbs. I believe in orbs. Like orbs is. I feel like I know orbs is a